What they do, what they do, what they do. What they do, YouTube. Look at here, man. If you got a loved one in prison, don't hesitate. Send them one ASAP. A copy of Street Elements magazine. We're the #1 magazine publication in the nation. We've been doing it for 16 years. And believe me, we got them babies in here. And we got a lot of good information in here. Just gonna just flick through a couple of these pages so you can see, you know, what one of our magazine publication may look like. So when you send your people one, they know what's going on, you know. Let me just flip through here real quick so you guys can see what you're gonna be sending your people. And this one here basically like with cars, and gotta have them babies in there for them guys. The brothers gotta see them babies in there, but we got nice eye candy. We got my 3 tips how to stay out of prison. You see that right there? My 3 tips how to stay out of prison. You know, engines, females, girls, and cars always go together, man. You know, girls and cars always go together. You see? Girls and cars always go together. Remember that. Girls and cars always go together. All right? Remember that. Boom. We've been doing this for a long time, man. You see that? You see that? See that? Make sure you send them one. Anyway, man, this video here, man, that basically, I'm going to tell you about a story about a couple of partners of mine that got caught up in a conspiracy case, and one of them ended up with a life sentence. Yeah. Now, he eventually got out, right? But he ended up with a life sentence, and it was the first time ever in prison. First time ever going to prison, ended up with a life sentence. Now, we had a couple of partners of mine from down here. They had their own little thing going on. It was about, I think it was about 10 of them involved in this case. They had a cousin that had he had a cousin, my partner had a cousin that was out in California who was a plug at the time. I think they were doing the mail shit, running the shit through the mail and getting the package through the mail back then. I always thought that was a risky thing to do, because you don't know if that package got intercepted, and then when you go to retrieve that package, something may happen, you know. It's all risky, to be honest with you. Your plug can get knocked off on the way bringing you the package, like I used to get back in the days, coming front door service. Just say that mule that's bringing that package get knocked off, and they go ahead and let them come on through, drop it off to you. When you go pick up your package, they jump out on you. You can't stop that either, because you don't know what's going on. So the game is risky all the way around, all right? But anyway, they had their thing going on. They were making their money, you know, making their plays and shit, and I think the people got a hold of them. I think they caught one of the packages in the mail, and then they started building a case up against them, right? So anyway, when the DEA went ahead and jumped down on these guys, they charged them with conspiracy to traffic certain amounts of cocaine through mail, using the mail as a way of transporting the drugs from one state to the other state, right? Apparently, the cousin that was out in California, he was the man, he was the plug. Now, he informed everybody that was in the case. So this is 10 other guys and his cousin. One of the guys that was involved was his cousin. That was right here in Tampa. That was one of the guys that was involved. They had a guy here in Tampa, and he had his cousin out in California. Now, from what I got from the information from one of my partners that he's no longer here, he died. God bless his soul. Leroy, what it is. He kind of informed me on what happened with that case, because he was on the same case. He ended up doing 10 years. He got 10 years for his charge, and I think he did like 8.5 years and got out. But anyway, the cousin informed everybody that was in the case. Look at here, man. I'm going to go ahead and take responsibility. They got us red-handed. I'm going to go ahead and take the case, man. I'm going to go ahead and tell them everything what's going on. Because he was saying if they go to trial, they're going to get a life sentence. So the cousin went ahead and said, man, this is what I'm going to do. Now, I advise all of y'all to go ahead and take a plea and don't go to trial, because I'm going to go ahead and accept responsibility. They got us red-handed. Okay? This is what happened in this case. And I want y'all guys to kind of fill me in on what you think. Is that snitching, or is that making the proper decision at the time? I think they really wanted him. He got jammed. He went ahead and told him, hey, I'm guilty. This is what I did. hey, go ahead and let me get my plea. I think he got 10 years, and so forth and so on. Now, I can't really tell you the ins and outs of the case because I haven't read all the paperwork. I'm basically going from word of mouth from what one of the guys that was involved in the case told me verbatim. So I don't know what else was said in the paperwork. It could be other stuff that he probably should have gave information on, but it's nothing wrong with accepting responsibility. I mean, if I get caught with 4 bricks on the highway like I did, there's no need for me to go to trial. And there's no need for me to tell on nobody because they caught me with the drugs. Hey, I'm guilty. Hey, I'm guilty. I don't know what. I don't know nobody. Hey, I just know I got caught with the drugs and I just want to go ahead and do my time. What's my sentence? That's how I think you should do business. So I'm just trying to clear things up, But anyway, the cousin went ahead and informed everybody that, hey, he's going to go ahead and tell the people everything that he was doing and he's going to take his charge and you should take a plea. My partner that's down here, he didn't want to take a plea. He wanted to go to trial. He wanted to go to trial, even though his cousin's saying that, hey, man, they got us red-handed. Don't go to trial, take a plea. But not knowing, being naive, not really understanding the situations, he went to trial. When he went to trial, he got found guilty. And they gave him a life sentence. For one, they're going to hit him with enhancements. Whatever they were going to charge him in the case, they charged him with it, and apparently he had a life sentence. Now, off that life sentence, I think he did about 19 years, close to it, and then he finally got clemency through the Obama Act, and he was released from prison just maybe like 2 years ago, But he had an elbow, and the elbow was able to get off him just through clemency because really he didn't deserve an elbow. Everybody else in the case that was involved, his cousin and everybody else that was involved in the case was actually out of prison. He was the only one still serving time because he decided to go to trial. Now you tell me, what would you do in that situation? What would you think to be the best move? I think he should have took the plea. There's no need to go to trial. Why would you go to trial when this man over here is telling you that he's going to do what he's going to do? You as a criminal, if you're in the streets, you should understand it ain't your best interest at that point to go to trial. It's your best interest to go ahead and take the plea and get out the way. And get out the way so you can get out and come on back home to your people. By him going to trial, he put himself in a position where he was possibly going to have a life sentence and never get out. Never get out. And only through the act of law and the president signing the bill to get him out, he got out of prison. The streets don't play fair. This is what I keep telling you guys. The streets do not play fair, man. I know he wasn't looking for no life sentence, and I'm telling you, he don't deserve a life sentence. But the courts gave him a life sentence. And if nothing wouldn't have changed in the court of law, he would have still been stuck in there right now with a life sentence. First time ever in prison. So this is why I give you guys this information so you can kind of make some good decisions about the moves that you're making. We all know that they lure us to the streets with drugs and scamming in all type of ways to make fast money. But they really sitting back hoping that we slip so they can give us that elbow and give us that 30, the football numbers, So I just want you guys to understand, if you got a little paper right now, I always tell you this, if you got your little money, find something to do with that money so you can start getting yourself out of the game. Because remember, the game is set up for us to lose, not to win, homie. Make it happen or you capping.